Tell us why you think you are the best candidate for the MCA job, and follow it up by telling us what you will bring to MEMBLEY.
Good evening. Praise God. Hamjambo. Just to hivyo kama tuko pamoja, asante sana. I start with introduction. My name is Njogu Kamande, well known as Coaches, a resident of Gitothua ward, a born again Christian, fellowshipping here at MEMBLEY Baptist Church for the past 17 years. I am married to one wife, a father of 3 kids, 2 boys and 1 girl. I studied at Githongori Primary School, where I did my KCP, went to Githongori High School, went to Strathmore University, where I did business in IT, and currently I am pursuing masters in sports for development at University of Western Cape. And why I chose to do masters in sport, it's because I've done several courses in sport, especially football. I am a professional football coach, and I've coached all the way to the Premier League level. Currently, I am the founder of RUIRU Sports Academy, an initiative that I did just to ensure that our boys and girls have somewhere they can expose, nurture, and develop their talents. And of course, exercise is good for our body. Without taking much time in my introduction, I have my manifesto and my good profile. I request my person, my representative, to pass it around as I continue sharing with you. So let me start by appreciating and thanking the MEPRA and the MEMBLEY residents and Gitothua as whole for this great opportunity that you've given to us as aspirants, just to ensure that we are able to know you in advance, and you're also able to know us in advance. We are able to give our manifestos in advance, and also you give us your expectation as well in advance. So feel appreciated, all organizers of this great initiative. I have 5 points or 5 main agendas that I'm going to pass them very quickly. One is youth, women and men economic empowerment. Like I said in my brief introduction, I've worked for a long time with youths, that is in the sports fraternity, and I feel there is a very big gap in terms of engaging of our youths, and especially connecting them and getting them these job opportunities. I give a good example. We are privileged as Gitothua residents to have a city that is Tattoo City within us. And I can assure you, for the past 5 years, no youth from Gitothua, and if there is, I will be corrected, has been connected for such a very mega project at Tattoo City, whether graduate, whether college, whether in other sectors. The second one is talent development. That is, of course, my area of work. The third one is health and infrastructure.
Your 3 minutes are up.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
A big round of applause for Bwana Njogu.
The county, having passed the zoning policy, designating MEMBLEY as a low/medium density area, continues to issue approvals to developers along the Eastern Bypass, and even within the estate, allowing developers to come up with multi-dwelling units. So to the candidates, we would like you to tell us how you intend to deal with that, how you intend to play your oversight role as far as planning is concerned, and make sure that MEMBLEY will still continue being a low density stroke medium density area.
Thank you. The core value, the core work of an MCA, one of it is legislation, that is making the laws and policies. It is quite unfortunate if we can have one of our MCA or our MCA not following the policies within MEMBLEY. So one major thing that I'll ensure to do is to ensure that the policies that are meant for MEMBLEY residents are followed to the latter. MEMBLEY must be respected as MEMBLEY. MEMBLEY must remain a controlled development area. How will I do this? I'll ensure that I sit and work with MEPRA very closely. I'll ensure that I get all the information necessary and needed for you as a MEMBLEY resident from the county government. I will ensure I stand in the floor of the assembly and represent you and ensure everything is said the way it's supposed to be said in that assembly. If like I have said here, if, for example, you are to build a flat within MEMBLEY, that shows you are not following the policies. If you are to build a flat and these people have hugely invested to be here in MEMBLEY, it shows that we are not following the laws. So as coaches, as your MCA to be, I'll ensure that you have the information and you are well represented in the assembly. Thank you.
What is the criterion you are going to use so that whatever little you get for your ward is equitably distributed? The next question also is, how are you going to make yourselves accessible to us so that we don't have people voting for people they have never seen?
Equitable distribution and accessibility.
The question is quite direct and very important. Fair distribution of resources should be equal to all regions. We have 5 polling stations in our ward, and I want to believe every area has its own needs. I want to believe, if I give a direct example for MEMBLEY, if MEMBLEY requires roads, it is not a rocket science to just point which road has been done. If MEMBLEY requires sewer line, it is not rocket science to know who did it and where it is done. My people, what we lack here is lack of information, lack of transparency, lack of reaching to our people, and that's what exactly coaches will do. I will just ensure that as a resident, you are involved in every project that is being done here or outside here, because it is very important. And as I conclude, there is a notion or an assumption that MEMBLEY people are okay. I don't want to believe you people you are okay. I want to believe you have equal needs like any other person living in Gitothua ward. And that's what exactly I will meet your needs. I'll sit down with you and give you the best leadership that you require. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Security is a challenge in this estate. We've been working together as a community to ensure we have security. At the road, I'm sure all of you have used our road here. You can see it's not been completed. For over 5 years, we've been working on this road. If you walk around there, you realize the bumps are sand or soil. Can you imagine soil bumps on tarmac? We have the internal roads. We realize as we visit Gitothua ward on the other side, the roads are curb road and paved. MEMBLEY internal roads, we have none graveled, leave alone paved, none graveled. If you go to the other side of MEMBLEY, we are falling into trenches. So I don't know whether it's a drainage or sewer line that is being worked on, but things are left open. So cars are being collected from the trenches. What are you going to prioritize for MEMBLEY? We have lots of those, and security issues. We also needed to mention the lights. We have floodlights that we see in different parts of the ward. I don't think we see any floodlights in MEMBLEY, other than a few security lights that keep going off. Kindly help us understand how are you going to handle this, and what are you going to prioritize for MEMBLEY residents?
Thank you. My priorities to the people of MEMBLEY, one will be security. Security, we shall ensure that we liaise with the local administration and ensure that we have proper reach out in case there is any reported case of crime. I shall also ensure that we have proper writing, and by this, sometimes back, Tatu City were willing to extend goodwill to our good ward of Gitothua, and they had proper writing there at PTL. Due to bad politics, that was done away with, and I will revisit that. I will ensure I revisit that and ask our good people from Tatu City to extend a hand, reaching out to MEMBLEY and also other areas in Gitothua. We ensure we have proper lighting. Infrastructure is something also that MEMBLEY residents and Gitothua in general needs. Actually, the upper area of MEMBLEY, Kisima, and those areas, roads are pathetic. I'll ensure that I really work on that, just to ensure that we have nice roads to help us access our houses. And of course, another priority is job creation to our youths. It is unfortunate that we have graduates in Gitothua ward and MEMBLEY, and we don't have them in jobs. So this is another priority. As a coach, today I've employed more than 12 coaches. So I will ensure I extend the same to the larger people of Gitothua and MEMBLEY at large. And water being an essential, I'll ensure I work on that. Thank you.
Asante John.
What, as a group, what is each candidate behind me going to do for us as youth, which is going to improve our lives?
There are football teams and basketball teams in MEMBLEY, and an upcoming volleyball team that plays at daycare. I have not seen or heard any of the aspirants discuss on how they're going to promote such things in MEMBLEY. We also want to hear what you people have planned when you sit in that seat. If you're going to get us jobs, or you're going to come up with initiatives that will promote job opportunities among the youth of MEMBLEY. What activities will you promote among the youth of MEMBLEY? We have a MEMBLEY Youth Association, and we want it revived. So if you're not going to promise us that, we're not voting for you as youth.
Thank you so much. 1 minute, a very short time. Allow me to respond very quickly. Youths, I'm one of you. It is unfortunate that you are frustrated and you have been led by a youth for 5 years. Talent development. I am a coach. I have worked with youths. Like I said, I've already given opportunity to 12 coaches within my academy. I will ensure that we extend the same within our ward by having different activities. And that's why I promised I'll have a center, a talent center, whereby we shall ensure that, yes, we shall lobby for that. Asha Inua. Listen here.
Order.
Women interrupt, so let me repeat again. I already have a center, RUIRU Sports Academy. I've done it as a private person. What if I am given an opportunity to be within the government where we have enough resources?
How do you intend to deal with the alcohol and drug abuse menace? That's a very specific question, and I think it touches on a lot of people, and especially our youth.
Mine will be very, very simple on this. I'll ensure that our youths and our people are fully engaged. 2, I will ensure that we have mentorship programs for people, especially our youths, and ensure that all the inlets for these drugs and pombe, they are closed. Just a rejoinder, because I still have my 1 minute. It is important to start from somewhere. As a coach, I've been able to reach, through sports, I've been able to reach to our youths, organized tournaments for them, organized activities for them, despite that I am still just a coach, not an MCA. So when given that opportunity as an MCA, I'll engage them more. God bless you.
You need to tell us how you'll support the station so that at least we are secure, because we are here to stay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Security is of essence, and I had mentioned it before. Of course, it's a national government matter. I'll ensure that I am available to talk with the OCS within the station. I will be there as a leader to ensure that I also help in communication to the upper leadership, that is MP, the governor, and the entire leadership, because as the MCA, you should be available, you should be readily available to ensure that any matter that is affecting your residents is taken care of, and the report gets to the needed person in time. Thank you.
You have given us promises on what you plan to do for youth, but I've not had anyone talk on the aspect of education. Because we are from MEMBLEY, some people may think that we don't need help on that front. There are teenagers and new voters who they're the people that I'm trying to represent, who have completed their high school and have been offered opportunities to further their education and become worthwhile members of this society and grow this nation, but are unable to move on with their education because of finances, leading to the waste of their knowledge and smarts. Some of you have talked about education, and I have read in Coach's manifesto about sponsorship, and we even have Mwalimu here. And I'd like to ask, what do you promise to do to tackle this problem?
Thank you so much. Within my manifesto, I take education very serious. The reason why I take it very serious is because I'm one of those who can give testimony that indeed bursary can work, because I've gone through Githongori High School 4 years through a bursary from the former councillor, Gitothua Ward, Mayor Kara. So I believe helping as many children as possible to acquire education is of paramount importance. Secondly, I want to assure you, the members of MEMBLEY and Gitothua at large, that fair distribution of bursaries will be done, not only from one side, but the entire Gitothua ward. If there is a needy child in MEMBLEY will equally get a bursary, as well as the other parts of Gitothua. Secondly, today, myself, I sponsor 3 kids in high school and 1 in primary school. I want to extend the same to our locals who are able. If you feel you are able, and I will extend this, like my friends has just said, through PPP, ensure that we are reaching to as many people as possible, not only for bursaries, but to acquire for sponsorship. Today, we have online sponsorship. The one I'm doing, the masters that I'm taking on, is a sponsorship. So I'll ensure I help you youths and people of Gitothua to acquire such opportunities. I'll show you how to go for it, and let's have a united Gitothua that is well educated. God bless you.
Coach Johnny, nilikujua through the football team. You poached our best players, wakaenda kuchezea team zako. Wakaenda wanachezea team zako. And those teams, we know, the academy is a funded academy. Hizo academies receive funds from NGOs. They claim money from the county governments. Wanapewa funds. Si ati anatufanyia for free. He knows it's anapata opportunity hapo pia yeye. Na coaches umetukosea sana, because one of those boys wengi wamekuwa kiumia. They get injuries, huwapeleki hata hospitali.
RUIRU Sports Academy is a private entity owned by coaches himself. Actually, I sponsor more than 30 kids from Gitothua ward, and the rest pay. The parents pay for them to participate in the sport. So it's a private owned entity by coaches, not funded by any NGO, not funded by any government, and if there is any evidence, be provided. Secondly, poaching of the players. I want to ask, if a player is playing at a county level and you poach the player to play at a national level, are you helping or demeaning? Today, I poached 2 players, I agree, and not poaching. It's called identifying of talents. As a coach, you need to scout. I scouted 2 players from MEMBLEY resident. One, Edwin Roronga, currently playing at National Division 2. Okay? Edwin Ronga is the best youngest player of the year this year from MEMBLEY. The second player was the one with an injury. It is unfortunate that he had an injury, and it is good to bring into attention that as a private academy, once someone gets an injury, the only thing that we do is to help in first aid, that is one, and access medical attention, the immediate one. Then we liaise with the parents if it's a major injury and acquire help from the community. And that's what we are exactly doing to ensure that the boy recovers back to the injury. Myself, I have contributed enough coins from my pocket to ensure that the boy gets treated. I have the evidence, and I have lobbied from my friends and partners to ensure the boy gets medication, and that's the only thing as a coach we can do. So thank you so much.
All right. I think he has had an opportunity to address the issue.
What is this one single thing that you want to do for MEMBLEY in your first 100 days?
The one thing I assure you is readily available to work for you.